there are very few things that mankind has actually made, in my opinion, that is just truly perfect in every single way. This is one of them. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the show. My name is Zulu, and today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious macaroni and cheese from your own home. If you like macaroni and you like saving money, you're going to love this episode, because this macaroni and cheese recipe only costs this much per portion. You can't get much better than that. So without further ado, let's make this, shall we? This episode is going to be a real quick one, so you're welcome. So ladies and gentlemen, to kick things off, you want to weigh out 350 grams of macaroni, or you can use any other pasta you're choosing. Then fill a pan with some water, bring it to the boil, then generously season it. You want it as salty as the ocean. That's the way the Italians do it, and that's the way I do it. Capiche? And add in your pasta, in my case macaroni, and cook for about 4 minutes less than it says about the packet. So if it says 8, just simply cook for 4. And please don't forget to give it a mix every so often to avoid the pasta from sticking to each other and to make sure it cooks evenly. And now, while the pasta is cooking, we're going to start our mac and cheese sauce, which in a culinary perspective, all it is a Mornay sauce, which is a bechamel with cheese added. That's all it is, it's nothing fancy. But before we start the sauce, we're going to salt the cheese mix. So in a large bowl, combine together 400 grams of grated mature cheddar and 400 grams of grated low moisture mozzarella. Now, when it comes to what's cheaper, buying whole block can sometimes and usually be the cheaper option compared to the pre-grated. And plus, the pre-grated really sucks. I mean, it's absolutely awful for this purpose. And just give the cheese a good mix together to make sure it's all evenly distributed and combined. And that's your cheese mixture. And once the pasta is cooked, drain the pasta, drizzle some olive oil over the top, give it a good toss to coat it evenly. That's going to stop the pasta from clumping together when it cools. So now, to make the Mornay sauce, add 90 grams of unsalted butter to a large saute pan, heat up over medium heat until hot and melted. Then off the heat, you're going to add 60 grams of plain all-purpose flour, whisk it together until it forms a nice smooth paste. This is called a roux, and you want to place it back on the heat and cook it for an extra 1 to 2 minutes to cook the flour. And then once it starts to foam and bubble, start slowly whisking 870 milliliters of whole milk. And once all the milk's been added, continue to cook the mixture until it thickens and it coats the back of a spoon just like this. It should leave a trail when you run your finger through it. And now, we're ready to add the cheese, so turn the gas off, because if you overheat the cheese, it will split, and that's not what you want. And whisk in approximately 1/3 of the total amount, equaling to around 250 to 260 grams worth. But don't add it all at once, add it in stages, until beautifully melted and combined. If it gets a bit too thick, just thin it out with a little bit more milk. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your ultra cheesy Mornay sauce. And then season it to taste with some salt and some black pepper, and optionally a fine grating of freshly grated nutmeg. But like I said, totally optional. Then get your macaroni, add the macaroni to your Mornay sauce and fold the macaroni through the sauce. And please make sure the pasta is thoroughly coated in that sauce. That's all I ask. Anyways, for the assembling, you're going to need to get yourself an 8 by 30 inch baking dish. Add half the macaroni first, followed by half the remaining of the cheese, then the rest of the macaroni, and then finally sprinkle over the rest of the cheese on top of your mac and cheese. And then pop in the oven that's been preheated to 356 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius for 30 to 35 minutes until the cheese is melted and it's hot and bubbling. And from there, you can either put it under the grill, aka broiler, or you can use your trusty old blowtorch until it's browned to your liking. And now all that's left to do is to get yourself a nice big spoon, dunk it into your macaroni and cheese, lift it up and admire and observe the many cheese balls.